Here is the beginning of my demonstration. Welcome 8th grade IAR student and parents to today's demonstration of how to use Inspiration for completing a digital display for your Paideia project. This video demonstration will cover step-by-step instructions for you to follow in order to use Inspiration to complete the requirements for your Paideia visual display. If you need to at any time, please press pause. That way you can try out what you've learned. Or if you need to hear the information again, press rewind so you can hear the information again. If you still have any other questions, make sure to. Are you ready? Because here we go. Okay, here is the Inspiration program. You click on the icon and this will open up, and usually it will start you off with a bubble in the middle. So there's our bubble, and we can move this bubble wherever we like. This is going to serve as your main bubble, or any bubble can serve as your main bubble, where you're going to have other bubbles branch off from, as you see in the directions on the guideline sheet. First off, you want to put the topic. So you would type in your topic. If you click outside of the text box that appears, you can move this bubble wherever you like. If you want to edit the text, you just click on the text box and you can edit it. If you want to change the font, you can go up to font, size, style. You can center it. You can have it left justified, right justified. You can change the color. And you can do many different changes or modifications to make your Inspiration file appealing and something that will grab your audience's attention. So I've shown you how to create a bubble by clicking on the Create icon up here in the menu bar. So the next thing that I'm going to show you is how to create another bubble that branches off. It's very simple. You click on your bubble and you make sure to click somewhere outside of the text box, because if you click inside the text box, that will let you format the text however you like. So click outside of that. This is when it's highlighted, when you have these squares and the diamonds all around here. If you actually click on these squares, you can make it bigger. You could stretch it out, or you could branch off from here if you'd like. But let's just keep it to where we were before. You make sure it's highlighted and you go up to your menu bar again, and then you click on Create. And there you go. You got another bubble. If you click on it and drag it, you can have this bubble go any direction or anywhere you please. So let's give this bubble a title. Since you're going to need to put in some visual displays, we can have this bubble named Visuals. Again, highlight this Visuals bubble so it's highlighted. You got your squares around it. Go up to your menu bar, and what you want to do is you're going to want to create a hyperlink. So click on the hyperlink button up here, and a new menu will pop up. And you want it to either go to a website where maybe all your images are on a website, or if you're like most students, you have all your pictures saved on a jump drive or flash drive, which means they're files. So you click on Files. Now it's going to let you select the file. So again, you click on the Select File button down here, and that's where you can go to a image file. And here's an image that I have up over here. It's not a Project Paideia image, but hopefully you get the point. And let me just move this in screen for you. It will highlight over here to open. You click on it and it's right there, linked to, and it's going to go exactly where that image is located. You click OK, and look, you have a hyperlink. So when you go over it, you get the pointer finger, which you usually see in any hyperlinked items, usually on the internet. And if you click on it, it'll open your picture. And there we go. And the picture is very big. So let me get this picture down. You could You can format your pictures to be however big you like in any picture program editor. So that's how you create a hyperlink. You could do the same thing for, let's say we want to create another bubble. You just make sure your main bubble is highlighted and just click another create. And you want to create another bubble, and this bubble is going to take us to your research paper. Let's stick with the research paper. So you make sure to highlight the bubble. You go up to hyperlink and you go to file again, select file, and instead of your research paper, I'm going to link to the outline because I don't have a research paper with me. That's where you guys come in. So here is the outline. You click open, you click OK, and there is your hyperlink again. And when you scroll over it with the mouse, there you have the pointer finger. You click on it, and it should open Microsoft Word or whatever word processor you have, and up will pop your research paper. Or in this case, I have a copy of the outline, which you also need to include. So this could be a link to your outline. Now, it shouldn't take you this long, and hopefully the program won't close. And there you have your outline. You can click on minimize, whether you're on an Apple or on a PC, and it will stay down and easy to access for later, or you just click X. So that's how you create a hyperlink. Now, you know how to hyperlink to your research paper, to your outline, to your visuals. But what about your note sheets? Now, you can type out your note sheets on Microsoft Word, or you can do something else. For any bubble you like, and let's create a separate bubble for this, just like you see on the guideline directions that was passed out to you. Click Create again, as I showed you earlier, to create another bubble. Let's call this bubble Note Sheets, Sample Note Sheets. Let's spell it right. And you don't need to click Enter. You just click outside it. Now, you highlight this bubble by clicking somewhere on it, so you got your squares up here. And then you want to go to Note. And up pops a place where you can put in text. And you just type out your note sheets, or if you already have it typed out in another word processing program, you can copy and paste it in from that program and put it in here. So here is your note sheet. And if you click X, it's not going to delete it, it's just going to close it. Okay, you think it's gone, but look at this little tiny icon in the upper right hand corner. That is your note. As you can see, if you click on it, up will pop your note. And you can move this around so it's just large enough to show your text. Or you can even make your text larger by highlighting the text and going up to text and click on size. Now, if you want to change any of the shapes of these bubbles, it's very easy. Highlight your bubble and go to shapes, and that'll change the shape of your bubble. If you have an image, the text will show below it, as so.